Okay.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of Talking Shop. I'm your boy, Erik T. Jackson, and we got a great one today. So our guest today is a guy that I've recently met. You know, we know each other maybe about 3-4 months now, but this brother is he has a vast wealth of knowledge. He knows a lot about everything and then some. So today we're going to get into some of the things that he thinks about, some of the things that are in his head. You know, we're going to talk about him. I'm going to try and get on his level as best I can.
Come on, man.
We've had great talks, and I
Yeah.
wanted to get him on here for a long time. So I'm happy to have my boy on here, Bobby Digital. What's up, baby?
What's happening? What's happening? You know, that's my screen name. Can't have my government up there. You know that. Few people know me, not too many.
Already. That's my man.
Yeah.
Hey, so we going by Bobby Digital, or you gonna tell me?
Oh man, no. My name is Allan Lovett, man. That's my real name.
There you go, my man. Hey, so I follow my guests. Hey, if you want to go by Bobby Digital, we gonna go by Bobby Digital.
Oh, okay, yeah, nah. You know, Allan Lovett is me.
My man, Allan Lovett.
Yeah,
good deal. So let's talk about something that has been in the news recently. And it's part of cancel culture. If you really want to know the truth, you know, boys getting canceled left and right over this topic.
Yeah,
you know,
we got to be careful. we ain't on that level.
We are not. So I know they'll cancel my little ass. You know what I'm saying?
Be good.
Yeah. So I want to talk about anti-Semitism. What that means. I want to talk about the hatred towards the so-called Jews and who are the real Jews. Okay, if we can say that, because there's dissenting opinions on that, and that's not anti-Semitism. That's just what it is. Right. So, first thing, let's talk about. There was a definition. I don't even know if you have that, bro. I should. But there was a definition of anti-Semitism that you had told me that sort of made quite a bit of sense, man.
You said, I think you asked me and I couldn't remember. Do you remember what we were talking about as far as the conversation?
I want to say you just pulled it up. So I pulled up the definition from Google. And it was just hatred against Jews. But that's not the definition you gave me. And I think you said it came from, what was it, the dictionary, not Google, but like a dictionary maybe. Or,
hey man, I can't. Yeah, no, I don't have it on me, man. I was just going. I was going to tell. Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What was you saying?
Oh no, I was just going to read Deuteronomy 7:6, man. I had to bring the Bible into it since we're talking about this whole concept of this whole Kyrie Irving thing is about. Go ahead. My bad. The whole Kyrie Irving conversation was about him tweeting that he enjoyed watching a movie, which was about, I think the movie was from Hebrews.
Negroes.
Hebrews from Negroes to Hebrews, or
Hebrews to Negroes. Yep.
Right. Okay. Okay. So and that whole thing is just about God saying that he chose a group of people that he chose to be his own special people, right? Yeah. So and right now our society is saying that those group of people are the Jews that are in Israel right now. And so the movie is based on the Bible, which is saying that the Bible even talks about, there'll be a group of people that are saying that they're Jews, right, but really they're not. They're the synagogue of Satan. Right. So when the Bible talks about that, it's talking about this group of people. Absolutely. But we're seeing this real time. So this is happening right now.
Mhm.
And you might have a few athletes and entertainers that know this. And so when they start talking about it, you see what happens.
Mhm. You see, quick,
Quick.
they contracts get canceled, their sponsorship get canceled, they comedy tours get canceled.
It's over.
Quick.
Quick. So yeah.
There's something that they don't want us to know, or they don't want us to tell others. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
So my point, maybe to you, it might have been to someone else, was that anti-Semitism, anti-Semitic, that there is what I hear a lot. And when I read the definition, I liked yours better, but even the definition that Google pulled up, it said hostility towards Jewish people. So that group of people, if you're saying you're a Jew, hostile means angry, mad, hateful.
Right.
Retweeting a documentary is not hateful to me. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
I haven't seen the documentary, but I heard when they were trying to make it, and I know what it's about.
Regardless of what's in it,
Right.
retweeting is generally for information. Like I retweet so much on Twitter.
Right.
I don't agree with everything I retweet, but a lot of times I feel like other people might get something from it, and I think that's what Kyrie might have been coming from.
Yeah,
whether
absolutely.
he enjoyed it or not, I think he enjoyed it, but he's saying, yo, I'm gonna retweet this so people can see it, and no matter what side you're on, you can learn from it. That's not anti-Semitism to me.
Yeah, me neither. I can't see how it is, unless it's going against what we're being told to believe.
Yeah, I think I watched it. It was going against what was being taught.
Yeah, see, I should have watched it before we had this, and we could talk about it. But yeah, see, I know what it's about, but I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So and if it's about what so you've seen it, so you know how serious that it is.
Yeah. I've never really thought that way, so it's sort of taking me a minute to wrap my mind around it, but I know you would probably jump at some things that were in it, because you sort of understand, or you've been understanding mode for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So can we do, so what exactly does the Bible say about Jews and the Jews in Jesus' time and the Jews now?
Okay. Well, I mean, as far as, so you got to I say in context, most of the Bible is talking about 12 tribes. So the Bible's talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, right?
Okay.
So this is where it sort of kind of gets tricky for people, because Christianity teaches one thing as far as that God is for everyone. And I'm not saying that God is not for everyone, but I'm just saying the Bible talks about there being 12 tribes of Israel. Revelation talk about when you get to heaven that there are 12 gates for the 12 tribes. You know what I'm saying? It's a very specific thing. It's not like it's a far-fetched ideology, but the whole I think right now where we are in society is, who are those 12 tribes? Right. So if you Google it, I don't know what you may find, but some people probably aren't even thinking about it, because I don't know. Right now, we're just at a place a point of no return as far as what people think, in terms of just everything. So it's hard to, I don't know if I'm making sense.
No, you are, man. So let me ask you this: for someone, and I grew up in the church. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I consider myself a Christian.
Right.
Uh, for someone, but this is as I've gotten older. Probably when I was younger too, because I think we had conversations, and I used to give the preachers the blues because I had so many questions
Right.
that they really couldn't answer
Right. Probably.
regarding the Bible.
Right. Right. Right.
So as I got older, uh, I'm I'm not necessarily a believer in everything the Bible says. I am a believer in God.
Right. Right.
I'm not a believer in everything the Bible says. So as someone like that, and it's probably more people like me than are not.
Right.
Uh, so do we pick and choose what to believe? Like, should I believe
Oh.
the 12 tribes? And you know what I'm saying? I don't believe in everything
Yeah. Yeah.
that's written in
Yeah.
there. Like, so
Yeah.
should I even believe that?
I guess it all goes back to let's focus back on Kyrie and the situation of Kyrie. This movie that he's tweeting about is about the 12 tribes. Partly he's talking about, where those people are right now, present day.
Yep.
So the lie in my mind is the fact that they're still saying that a group of people are the Jews, but this other group of people has no nationality over here, African Americans, who we are, so it's a little, I don't know, man. It's about truth and lies at this point, whether you're going to believe a lie that they're perpetuating, or whether you're going to believe the truth, which, the truth will always come forth. It'll always be revealed. So it's like right now, I mean, as quickly as you see that them canceling these guys for speaking the truth,
Yep.
you gotta think, man. That's we're at sort of the end times, because I mean, the Bible's we're witnessing stuff that the Bible is saying, prophecies
In
coming to pass.
Revelations,
Yeah.
it talks about it, man. A lot of things that are going on right now, it says are going to happen. So stuff
Right.
like that, I'm like, I believe the Bible in certain areas,
Yeah. No
I
doubt.
mean, but it does feel a lot of times, you know, like people that wrote different books of the Bible, how could they remember? How could they be in all these different spots? You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
things were going on, and when Jesus was performing this and that, there are definitely things that make me say,
Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely.
but
Absolutely, yeah.
I can definitely get my head around a lot of things in Revelations, because they're revealing themselves right now.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh okay, so will there ever be an answer? I mean, will there ever be like, okay, you're a
Absolutely.
Jew, you're
Hey,
not a Jew.
oh,
That's it.
well, I mean, the Bible says that there is an answer, that those who say that they're you. I mean, I got to look up the verse, but I mean, yeah, there is an answer, because I mean, at the end of the day, if God really does have a people that he chose that are his people, that are above all other people, then we'd have to look and see if that's a true statement in the Bible. And right now, how everything is playing out, what's really playing out right now, what's really going on, like, because it's a lot of smoke and mirrors in the news, a lot of stuff, a lot of distractions
Yep.
from there were I think they said thousands of Israelites at Kyrie's first game back.
Yeah, with posters and stuff. Yeah,
with
yeah.
everything, just
Uh-huh. They were chanting a song that was in the documentary.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I mean, that's kind of powerful to me. I've never seen anything like that,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the establishment is a little nervous that they got that many of us
They had to know it was just more than just one.
Right.
They had to know it wasn't just Kyrie.
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, that's for real, man. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right, man. That's very interesting, bro. Very,
Yeah.
So now, man, let's go into so that there's a lot of things that have been going on in America.
Right.
And the history books that we've read don't tell us a whole lot about what we learned. We learned stuff that we didn't learn in the history books.
Right. Absolutely. Every day I'm learning something new.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
And not just like hearsay, like through through documentaries, through testimonials, through people that were there, interviews, and people admitting after so much time has went by. People admit things, They get older, they start feeling guilty, or they just don't give a damn, right? And they tell you the real.
Buzz Aldrin is a prime example.
Absolutely. He looked like he didn't give a damn in that interview.
Yeah, look, he don't care anymore. He said, "Shit, I'm not gonna keep lying about this. Let's tell the truth." So, yeah. So Bud kept it real in his old age.
So speaking of Bud, let's get into some things that maybe America, or maybe that we talk about they.
Yeah.
Let's get into some things that they don't want us to know.
The country, the establishment.
We got to figure out who, we can leave it to the audience to figure out who they is.
Yeah. What I mean, what do you mean when you say they? Who are you talking about? So make sure that we're on the same page. I think me and you on the same page.
I'm talking about the man.
I'm
talking about the oppressor.
Right.
I'm talking about the one that's pushing the buttons on the magnetic football. The magnetic
Absolutely. That's a whole nother conversation, huh?
Yes, it is. You know what I'm saying?
The weather control, the weather modification.
Yeah, the man that's controlling the weather. That's what I'm talking. That's who they are to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like the boogeyman. But it's got to be a real person or a real people. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's not wanting us to know certain things. So, what are some things maybe that you think they don't want us to know?
Well, I think that one of the biggest lies that I see is the globe Earth theory, NASA. So like when you look at this, when you look at the biggest church in the world, I think it's Joel Osteen's church, right?
Okay.
So when he's preaching, in the background is a spinning globe.
Yep.
So when you read Genesis chapter 1, the first maybe 8, first 8 verses, God talks about how he created the earth. And so it's a whole nother discussion, but the fact that in church there is a preacher that has a spinning globe behind him, which represents the total opposite of the way God said he created this place, it baffles me, but not really, because I remember where we are in America. You know what I'm saying? So
so that you're gonna have to explain, because I'm not understanding. I'm not sure if our listeners or watchers going to understand. It's a globe. It's spinning. You're saying the Bible teaches something different. Like, I'm not even sure why he got the globe. Just is probably just a metaphor for the world. Like the church is inclusive of everybody in the world. But and I have to admit, I am a member of his church.
No,
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
just so you know, yeah.
But I'm not understanding that line of thinking, so I just want you to explain a little further.
So we'll talk about the firmament. So, long story short, in Genesis, God says he created the firmament, which has the sun, the moon, and the stars in it. He created the firmament to separate the waters from the waters. So the waters above, he's talking about the waters that are in heaven. And the waters below, he's talking about the waters that are here on earth.
Yep.
We still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay, cool. You blanked out. So basically the way God says he created the earth, he said that he created with pillars. It's still, it's not moving, it's fixed. It's immovable is what the Bible says. It's fixed, it's immovable. So when you start talking about Hebrew, the word NASA in Hebrew means to deceive. So they're trying to deceive you on how he created this place, period. So when you start talking, the reason I had to give you the example of Joel Osteen, I'm saying read Genesis, the first chapter. He talks about the firmament. Our government found the firmament in the 1950s, 1940s, 50s. Operation High Jump. So you look up Operation High Jump, Operation Fishbowl. They found all these structures that the Bible talks about, but man lies to us about because they don't want us to know the truth about where we are. You know what I'm saying? So they tell us we're floating around, spinning, the sun, the moon, they're a million miles away, all this, just a lot of lies, basically.
So this is my thing. I know we've already talked about this.
Yeah.
So they give us scientific data when they talk to us about this stuff. So hear me out. So I mean, are you believing in science, or are you believing in something else? Like
at this point in time, that's what I'm saying. Like the science is real. Science is observable, repeatable, and testable. So anything that's science related, you have to be able to observe it, you have to be able to repeat it, and you have to be able to test it.
And go ahead.
Oh yeah. So as far as sun, the moon, and the stars are concerned, we had that down to a science as far as we know how when it's gonna come. You look at your iPhone, it'll tell you the exact time it's coming, exact time it's leaving, all of that, yada, yada, yada. But as far as being able to get there, like as far as being able to say, hey, we got to this place, that's just a flat out lie. So when they start, they have a certain amount of money that they have a budget for every year. I think it's like $20 billion budget.
Are we talking about NASA?
Yeah, NASA. NASA has a $20 billion budget. It's some ridiculous amount of money that they have, every year to research to really modify the weather. Yeah. I mean, we got to talk about that. And this all goes back to lies, because the things that NASA actually can do, weather modification, creating clouds, making rain, just all this the stuff that they really can do, they don't really talk about too much. But the stuff that they can't do, that's what they lie about, and they perpetuate lies. Like so, I mean, it's just. I'm at the point now where, anybody, like you look at the athletes that started talking about like Kyrie and Shaq, they were all talking about the flat earth at one point. And, they shut that down immediately, Steph Curry was talking about it, shut him down immediately, so they don't want you to talk about that, the floods, the Bible talks about the floods, like they don't want you to talk about, there's certain things they just don't want you to talk about because it all point back to God. So they're trying to keep you at this point in time. They're trying to keep you separated from God. Like everything is upside down now. Like they look at everything. Look at this country. The way this country is, they perpetuate and they just want you to do everything the opposite of what God wants you to do. So when you talk about NASA and you talk about any kind of governmental agency that's perpetuating something over, and like when you look at movies, the first thing you see when you turn a movie is Universal Studios. You see the globe spinning around. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just predictive programming, man. Like you become a robot, man. Like I mean, I don't know if I'm making sense, but it gets to a point to where you can see what they're doing, and you can really see it. Like, you see it for what it is. And that's just where I am. Like, some people might say, oh, he's crazy. He thinks this, he thinks, no, I'm not crazy. Like, I mean, today, right now, like, matter of fact, look, man, I don't know when you're going to air this podcast. Today, sun and the moon, I'm going to show you when we go to work. The sun and the moon, they're right there close today. They're in the same frame. I took a picture. You can see them in the same frame. So they're clearly not as far. One of them's supposed to be a certain distance. The other one is, another crazy distance. They aren't the distances that they are saying. The distances that they say they are, that's not the real distance. Like, I mean, if you have eyes to see, you can see,
So my question is, why would they lie about that? I mean, that seems like inconsequential. Whether it's 1,000,000 miles or 100 million miles away, it don't matter to me.
Oh, you talking about why would they lie about just for confusion? I mean, who is the author of confusion? So, I mean, you gotta think about who your enemy is and who you're dealing with. So if you know that your enemy is the grand master of confusion, then he's always going to want to have people confused and thinking one way when things are a whole nother way. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know if that makes sense, but
I mean, I'm sure it makes sense to quite a few people. So this is my thinking. I mean, I understand how news controls the narrative, right? Anything that's on the news, people gonna believe, or TV, right?
Period. Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
And we know who controls TV and the news, but my thinking is who should we believe then? Like, we've got to believe someone or believe in someone or something. Well, who should that be? I mean, should we put all our faith in Allan Lovett? Should we believe in your brother?
Well, now I ain't got nothing to do with this, man. So don't believe in me. I'm just saying, at this point,
Kyrie, should we believe in Kyrie?
Well, I mean, Kyrie represents a small portion of society, or he represents a small portion of the way people think, or what people believe in. So should you believe in a person? I think you should just really trust God right now and read your word, see what he says about certain things, and try to put that into your everyday life.
That is also confusing. You know how confusing the Bible is, brother?
Well,
it tells you one thing and you go to, because you have Jehovah's Witness, you have Christians, you have people, Muslim. Everybody interprets the Bible differently, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's confusing.
I'm
just saying, like, if everybody is reading the same thing, coming up with something different.
Oh, okay.
So that in itself is confusion.
Okay.
So then like the ultimate person that sort of puts confusion out there is whoever came up with the Bible.
I can see how you would say that, but when you take the Bible for who it was written for, the group of people that it was written for, and you read it and you understand, you ask the Holy Spirit to give you the wisdom that you need to understand what timing this was when it was written, and just get some understanding, then you're going to get some revelation knowledge that some other people won't get because it's not for them. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, God doesn't love everyone, and I'm not saying, I'm saying there's groups of people that know that there's Jesus and know that there's God, and they hate him for that because they know that he there is a God, there is Jesus, but they still hate him. They know about him and they hate him. So that's just, I mean, that's where we are, man.
Yeah. So that's where we are.
No, well, I'm saying you have. That's
what we're gonna be. So there's no solution.
No, I'm saying at this point, you at this point where we are in time is you have so many different groups of people. Like you have like you said, you have different religions. You know, religion is just to control man. In my mind, like you know, there is a God. You know, he has rules that he wants for man to follow. There are certain countries that want you to live freely without rules or any of God's rules. You know what I'm saying? They may want you to go against God's rules. Like, you know, so but then there are also groups of people that hate God, and then there are groups of people that hate God's people, whoever they may be.
Right.
And you know,
absolutely,
that's what I mean when I say that. That's what we are. I mean, you know, right. And then right now you're watching kids kill their parents. You're watching parents kill their kids. You're watching crazy things like, you know,
so even if you didn't like believe in Revelations or the last, you got to know something going on, like something about to happen.
The chemtrails. I don't know. I don't know whether they spray something different in every city, man. So I don't know if we get a little something different down here in H-Town, but so you got to know something's going on, you know, like, you know, just period. You got to sense it in your spirit that something is going on. Something ain't right here on earth right now.
Yeah.
So, but I think the earth is cleansing itself. So, you know, you see people do things in an immediate consequence. Like you might hear about somebody robbing an old lady, taking her car, knocking her out, taking a car, then they get killed in a crash in the same car that they just stole, you know. So,
but I will say this, man. I agree with that. Yeah. You know, they're getting to what's coming to them type of thing. But I've never in my 47 years seen so many innocent children being killed, bro. I just haven't. It just feels like that right there, when the innocent, like it's always been a saying that God protects children and fools.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's so many children and fools getting killed, man.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah,
like, hold up, that dude was a fool. Why you messing with him, Lord? You supposed to protect. But it's so many kids, bro.
No,
and that hurts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I thought they would be the last.
Well, I mean, but again, like you say, in the Bible, it talks about if you live righteous, he'll give you long life. But then it also says if you live reckless, you'll be cursed, and your kids will be cursed. And
I agree with that too.
I'm not saying every kid that gets killed is cursed, but you do need to understand that there are generational curses that can't be broken unless they're really broken for real. So
a lot of it is just like, so much of it is the school shootings, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's
if God, if God allows crazy people to, because certain things used to be off limits, and kids was one of them. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
And that's what I say. Like that's how you know we're sort of kind of close to the end time. I mean, we're in the end times, man. Like, because there's no moral compass on certain people. Like people are just going in random places, just killing people that they don't even know.
Yeah.
You used to kill somebody, you knew why you killed them.
Specific reason. Yeah.
They raped your kid, you had to kill them, or something for a good reason.
Yeah.
But now they're just killing for no reason.
Yeah.
It's just pure evil.
Yeah. That's why I stay prayed up.
Have to.
I pray, as much as religion is one thing, but prayer is something else.
The church is inside of you, man.
Inside of you, man.
Yeah. So anywhere you go and you minister to someone else, then
church.
That's you minister to them. You're the church. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. God is not in the building. He's in each one of us. We just have a different role for whatever he wants us to do.
Absolutely.
So you just got to walk in your role.
Hey man. Yeah. Hey, I'm glad we had this talk, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
It's been a long time coming, man.
Hey, we've been trying to get together for a minute, man. I'm glad that we did, man.
Bro, we done left so many conversations on the cutting room floor at school.
Yes, yes, sir. Hey,
I
yeah,
said, I gotta get you on, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We had to keep it kind of, kind of
Yes, we
soft
did.
today, man. We can't
Uh-huh.
go too hard.
And not as long, because we be going for a long time.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. We can, yeah, we didn't do too bad.
Yeah, we didn't do too bad at all, man. Appreciate
Yeah.
you for being on here, man.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I'm sure people will get that listen will get great knowledge. People that watch it will enjoy it, like it, share it with family, friends, man. He's Allan Lovett. I'm Erik T. Jackson. This is Talking Shop, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.
Peace.